Will they choose you or them, the other person? I was just talking to a client of mine, and I had this metaphor or this image coming up that I wanted to share with you. When we're talking about timelines and we're talking about creation is already finished, then every possibility that can pop into your mind already exists in this multiverse, plus of course an infinite number more than you can imagine right now at this point. So if you can imagine your person being with somebody else, then that timeline exists. That universe, that parallel reality, that dimension, however you want to call it, it does exist. If you can imagine them being with you, then that does exist. Imagine you're like in the center of the United States, and you could take a ride and go to LA, or you can go to New York. Both of it already has been created. If you choose to go to LA, then that doesn't mean that that city just appears or starts to exist just because you start to go there. No, it already existed before you made your decision to go to LA. Same as New York. New York already exists. It does not get built for you. It already is there, and you've got the choice where you want to go. So let's say New York is they are with you, and LA is they are with the other person. Why like that? Because I have been to both states, and California, to me, everything looked dead and withered and yellowish, whereas in New York, especially the fall time, it's colorful, and in summer it's green and rich colors. So I like New York so much better than I like California, to be honest. So let's say New York would be a metaphor for you are with your person, and LA would be a metaphor for they are with someone else. And then of course, if you can imagine them being with somebody else completely, well, that may be Chicago, and Chicago already exists even if you choose not to go there. So the universe already created different possibilities for you to choose. You on autopilot always get to that place that matches your assumptions and your dominant beliefs. So the more you think about your person being with somebody else, well, you're automatically going to LA and not to New York, even though you want to go to New York. You know, it's like you want to go to New York, and you're focused on, you think about, yes, I want to go to New York, I want to be with my person, and you know, it's like your navigation system tells you take a right, there's where New York is, but you think about them being with another person, so you automatically turn to the left. Even though you want to go to the right, you still turn to the left, which means you have to focus on where you want to go. I always use the metaphor of a navigation system when I talk to my clients about manifesting. It's not your job to decide how to get there and to solve the problems in order to get there. Your job is to tell the universe, to tell the navigation system where you want to go. So you can type in LA or New York. You get to choose. And how do you do that? When manifesting, that is where you put your focus on. You think about being with your person. You live in the end, which means you create scenes where you are already happy with your person. You script it or you affirm it. Method doesn't matter. It's pure preference. I have another metaphor. That is not just the navigation, telling the navigation system where you want to go. Now I have the, doing your affirmation, doing your work. I do have an old steam train in my mind right now, and it's putting the coils in. Coils, did I pronounce that right? Because you have to gain some kind of momentum, which doesn't mean the more you think about them, the faster you get there. It's not exactly working like that, because if you think you have to think about them like 5 hours a day or do your affirmations 5 hours a day, that is coming out of lack mentality. And imagine the iceberg. It doesn't matter what is your conscious mind thinking in that moment, it's your subconscious mind. Manifesting, be with the person, that's like the tip of the iceberg. We have to reprogram the 90% underneath. And that can happen if you don't have deep-rooted programs, just by stop putting your attention on the other person. But if you have been in situations all of your life where you were not chosen, then that's the 90% of the iceberg underneath the water, and that's what we have to reprogram. So it's important to start to work on your self-image, on your self-concept, and you can use the revision technique to change some programs and change some memories, like the feeling of not being the chosen one, and create new memories where you always were the chosen one. You can absolutely do that. Yes, it does require some work. And when we talk about the iceberg again, the 10 to 90%, it's obvious that if you just think positive for a moment, but you have 90% of programming, that is the stronger one. So just think about the other person may not really get you to your goal if you have the 90% of limiting beliefs within you. We have to start there. If you've already done the work and then you just think positively about your person, then you can go there. But again, imagine every time you think about your person being with someone else, it's like the navigation system tells you go to the right and you just go straight ahead, or you go to the left instead. That, of course, does not mean that you cannot reach your goal. A real navigation system would just tell you, oh, you have to turn around, or it would tell you a new route. Just negative thinking, again, it does not mean that you cannot get to where you want to go, but you are taking a little detour. Every time you think about your person with someone else, we have to learn to stay on a mental diet and clear those thoughts. So it's really up to you on where to go. As I said, New York, the timeline where you are with your person, it already exists. When we talk about manifesting, we talk about creation. But we don't really create. It already has been created. We just choose to go there instead of choosing to go to California where everything is dry and withered. So the choice is up to you. And it's also important that the universe does not decide which way you go. The universe just always reads your subconscious programming, the 90% underneath the surface. And if you have negative beliefs, doesn't matter where they come from, childhood stuff, it is your responsibility to clear that, because that is what's giving directions to the universe. When you do your affirmations, and you just repeat them often enough, and you don't have negative programming that will block those affirmations from really sinking in, then your visualizations or whatever it is, scripting, affirming, that would start to take its roots in the subconscious mind. That is why constant repetition is that important. But if you constantly repeat the thoughts of, oh my God, what if they don't choose me? What if they're not go with someone else? And again, every time you think that, you take a detour, and it's keeping you away from where you want to go. The universe does not decide. You are that powerful. The universe delivers. Where is your intentions going? Where's your focus going? And what is your dominant belief? Change your dominant beliefs in I am the chosen one. Do that by visualizing being the chosen one. Do that by inner dialogue. Have your person tell you how amazing you are, and that, of course, you are the chosen one. And then that can get pushed out, and you will end up in New York. You will end up in the relationship of your dreams. The universe created both states for you, and a lot of other states you have to choose. And you choose by putting your focus, your attention there. That's how we manifest. I hope it helped. If it did, then please help me by liking, subscribing, hitting the bell icon, by sharing. That can help the Twin Flame Collective to rise if you just make many people aware of that, because we want everybody to get their happy end in their union, right? When we raise the Twin Flame Collective energy, it does influence all of us, because we are all connected. Everyone is as pushed out. If it really helped you, you want to leave a little tip, then my PayPal is below. And if you need more help, then you can check out my other content or reach out for a personal coaching. And I see you there, and I wish you all the best. Now, bye-bye.